Honestly, lately, I feel like I've been struggling with a lack of motivation. Well, not even just a lack of motivation, but self doubt. I have been doubting myself lately a lot, and I feel like I have been doubting my progress, maybe the universe, the master plan. Like, I feel like I'm not where I want to be. I don't feel any closer to getting to the person that I want to be and doing the things that I want to do. And I'm really frustrated. Like, I feel like I'm at a standstill, and I feel like I've been at a standstill for a very long time. Like, I just don't know like what's going on behind the scenes, because I feel like I've been putting in the work, physically. I feel like I've been putting in the work, doing the steps, going through the motions, and I have not seen any growth, or at least seen the growth that I expected to see or wanted to see. What's up, guys? So I am back in the house. It was a little too hot outside for my taste. I kind of am sad about that because I really wanted to sit outside and kind of chill and vibe with you guys, but it's too toasty out there for me. The wig sliding back, too much going on. So we're just gonna have the conversation inside today. But back to what I was saying, basically today I just wanted to talk to you guys and just get some things off my mind, like how we do, talk it out together. It really has been feeling like, not a lack of motivation, because I feel like I'm very motivated. I feel like it's more of self-doubt, or just doubt in general, doubting the plan, the plan that the creator has for me and the plan that I have for myself. I feel like I am not moving forward. I feel like, if anything, I'm at a standstill, and I'm thinking, like, what am I doing wrong? Because don't get me wrong, every day I am motivated to get up, take care of my mind, take care of my body, and do things to actually push me forward towards my dreams and goals. Like, the things that I want to do and the person that I want to be. And I feel like I'm getting closer to the type of person that I want to be mentally, but I feel like physically I'm not getting anywhere. Like, I'm in the same place that I was last year. I'm in the same place that I was a couple months ago, you know, and I just feel like, I started this year with so many goals in mind and so many things that I want to do. And I feel like I'm nowhere closer to that. Like, the mindset, the things that I wanted to do that I said I was going to have done by summer are not done. There's a part of me that's saying, bullshit, what the fuck is the problem? Like, what is going on? Why is this not working? Are you doing something wrong? Is this not what you're meant to be doing? Is there something that you can change? Is this not meant for you? Like, like, I'm not trying to be delusional. I'm trying to really sit down and be self-aware and consciously have a conversation with myself and figure out what the fuck. And a part of me knows that you have to go through a season of just focusing on building yourself mentally, because before you can get the physical change, you have to start with the mental change. And a part of me is feeling like maybe that's where I am in life right now. Like, I'm doing what I need to do. And right now it's a waiting game, and it's a mental game to see if I'm ready to take myself to the next level, to see if I'm deserving of that, maybe to see if I'm ready to handle that. Because if your mental is not there, you can't handle something even bigger in the physical, you know? You can't go to a higher level when your mind is still on a lower one. And I'm thinking that's maybe what's happening to me right now. And something that I think a lot of us need to do, and I'm saying us because if you're watching this video, you're probably feeling the same way that I do, is to disconnect ourselves from our attachment to our expectations. I'm not saying to lower your expectations. I'm not saying to stop believing that whatever it is that you desire is not going to work out for you, but maybe stop getting so caught up in your plan and just know that things are going to work out for you in the end. And sometimes the plan may change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before you eventually get there. Stop focusing so much on the how something is going to happen, and just know that you're going to get to that end goal one day. You know that it's going to happen for you. You know that that's what you're meant to do. You know that that's the person you're meant to be. You may not know the how right now. You may not know it tomorrow or the day after that, but you know that it's going to work out for you. Sometimes the plan that you have today may not be the plan that gets you to your end goal down the line. And I think that's something that I need to learn too, and I need to get into my mind and overstand that and understand that, you know, I'm so focused on thinking this is the way or that was the way that I was going to get to where I need to get, not realizing that things change every single day and I'm growing every single day. So the plan that I had yesterday or the plan that I have today may not even be the plan or the blueprint that gets me to where I want to be. And I can honestly say, like, reflecting on past things that I've wanted, like, for example, moving on my own was something that I acquired for, is something that I really desired. And though it comes with a lot of responsibilities, I was able to get it. But did I expect it to happen how it pictured in my mind? No. And guess what? I was blessed and surprised with it happening for me, especially when I least expected it. And that happens a lot in my life. You know, every time that I've been down, something always happens when I least expect it. And that's what keeps me going, is knowing that I'm divinely protected and divinely guided. And that's what you guys need to know and learn for yourselves as well. If you truly believe in it, and you truly not even believe, but you truly know something, you're good. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. You have to believe that you are divinely guided and divinely protected, and know that you may not always know the how because you're so focused here in the physical, but your ancestors, the creator, your guardians, your divine protectors are all guiding you and pushing you forward and making things happen for you outside of the physical that you're not even aware of. And so when something happened, it seems like a miracle, and it's when you least expect it. Focus on the goal, because sometimes the plan has to change, but the goal will remain the same. And you won't always know the how, because the how sometimes happens in miraculous ways. But what makes you different from other people is whether you fold or you continue moving forward, whether you give up or you continue on the route that you are going. And another reason why I think that maybe I myself and maybe you guys too are struggling with self-doubt is because we are telling ourselves that we'll be happy when we will enjoy life, when it shouldn't be a matter of when, it should be a matter of now, because you always want to be in the present moment. When you keep putting off your happiness, you will never be happy, because you're going to keep pushing your manifestations further away from you because you keep waiting for something to happen. The creator of all, the source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is not going to reward you with more good things in your life if you're not already appreciative of what you have. And happiness doesn't always mean you have to be happy with the materialistic things in life, but just be happy with yourself. How can you expect to get more good things if you're in a low vibrational emotion all the time because you don't have the biggest house, the biggest car, you don't have all the money in the world, you don't have money in general, if you don't have the job that you want, simple things like that. Like, being materialistic is not going to get you closer to where you want to be. You have to be happy with yourself. And that's easier said than done, especially if your outside world is very fucked up. And that's just being realistic for a lot of us. Some of us, our home living situations or just our outer world of our environment that we live in isn't always the healthiest. But when you prosper through that, when you overcome that, life does get better. Life will get better for you. But you're never going to see better if you don't think that you deserve better, if you don't start acting like you have better now. You don't always have to have materialistic things to be happy. You have to be happy with yourself. And sometimes it does take a moment of sitting back, making a mental or physical list of what you have now that you was wishing for before. Because a lot of us overlook that day to day. Like, something we was praying for, we was hoping for, we was wishing for, we was working for, and we finally got it. And after having it for a while, you forget that this was something, this was your dream. So sometimes it takes you sitting down to realize, what do you have to be grateful for in your life? And focus on those things, because the key to success, the key to attracting what it is you want, is to constantly be in the present moment and be grateful for what you were already provided in life. Until you truly embody gratefulness, appreciation, and a higher vibration, you will never see what it is that you're trying to attract, because all you're doing is pretending. For myself, I do feel like some days I do pretend to be happy when I'm not. And I do want to make it a habit to stop that and to really sit down with myself and talk my problems out and talk to myself to figure out what is wrong mentally with me, to bring myself back up to a higher vibration. And there has been a couple of times where I've done that. Like, I'm not going to lie. A couple of weeks ago, I was crying in my car. Like, I was upset. I was so sad and frustrated with my life. And, you know, I'm still waiting on what I need to happen. But what helped bring me back to peace, and happiness, was actually sitting down with myself that day and journaling, figuring out the why I'm upset. When did it happen? The emotions that I'm feeling, and what can I do to solve it? Because sitting there crying and frustrated and in a low vibrational thinking headspace is not going to get me closer to that high vibrational thing that I want, or to the life that I want. Sitting there crying isn't going to fix the problem. Yes, you need to cry or journal or scream or shout or be angry to release those emotions sometimes. That's the way I express myself. But being emotional over the situation constantly, every day and repeatedly, is not getting you anywhere closer to where you want to be. So at the end of the day, my thinking process has changed. I'm realizing that you have to put in the work. You have to figure out a solution. What is your solution to the problem? Because you sitting there crying about it, agonizing over it, is not going to get you the answers that you're looking for. You have to consciously and mindfully create the life that you want to live, and stop relying on other people to just do what you want them to do. You have to intentionally create your life. I feel like shadow work is a big part of becoming your most highest version of yourself. Figuring out what your flaws are so you can adjust and fix them accordingly. Being real with yourself. Not getting upset with yourself because you're not where you want to be. Not getting upset with yourself or putting yourself down because you have certain flaws. As long as you know that you're putting in the work mentally and physically, that's okay. You should be okay with that. Learn to be fine with that and accept you for you. I think something that overwhelms a lot of us too is comparing ourselves, especially on social media, and being in the mindset of, you know, on a spiritual journey, self improvement, self development, things like that. I think what we need to get in our heads is the fact that, number one, comparison is the swiftest killer of joy. You never should compare yourself to anyone else's path in life. And sometimes, if you need to take that break from social media, take the break. It's well deserved, because you don't want to get in the habit of comparing yourself every time to someone else because you are not on the same path as them. Unfortunately, I messed up the very last part of my video and I am unable to get the audio back, but moral of today's video is to find happiness, my friends. Find happiness inside yourself and realize that your bad season, your slow season will not last forever. You have to create a stronger mental before you're able to manifest anything in the physical. And material possessions are not what define happiness. You define happiness. So find it for yourself and continue being determined to create the life that you want to live, and you will get there, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. Believe in your infinite potential and realize that the only limitations you have are those that you set upon yourself.